Setting a price based on how much consumers are willing to pay. So that's value-based pricing. Remember, we talked about the different ways that retailers can set pricing. Value-based pricing is how much they're willing to pay. Cost plus pricing was when it's the cost to make it, plus they add an increase. Cost recovery is when they have to recover the cost that their out-of-pocket expenses and to make a profit. Market-based pricing is to be competitive with similar products. All right, the process of purchasing products based on desire rather than logic. So that's emotional buying. So desire rather than logic. Rational buying would be logic. Impulse buying is kind of that spur of the moment thing. Checking prices, brands, and quality among several sellers to make sure you are getting the best deal. That is comparison shopping. The most common type of inflation. Which of these is the most common? Demand pull, cost push, or hyperinflation? Demand pull, which is higher prices as a result of consumers wanting to buy more goods and services than producers supply. So the demand is making that inflation go up. True or false, overspending is a common problem that occurs when consumers are economizing. So that is false. Remember, economizing is saving until you have to buy. So you're definitely not overspending. True or false, mild inflation of 2 to 3% is said to be good for the economy. That is true. So mild inflation is said to be good for the economy because we're growing then. True or false, when prices rise faster than income, buyers gain purchasing power. That is false. If prices are rising faster than income, you're losing purchasing power. you can't buy as much stuff. True or false? Consumers are said to be optimizing when they seek to get the highest value for the money spent. That is true. That's kind of the definition of optimizing there, getting the highest value for the money spent. True or false? Billboards and signs are examples of targeted advertising. So that's false. So those billboards, they kind of target everybody. So it's not one specific audience. Whether or not you choose to pay attention to them, but everyone sees them. Which of the following is a measure of inflation? How do we measure inflation? So inflation is measured by CPI, Consumer Price Index. The Consumer Technology Bill of Rights gives consumers the right to do what? So this one won't be on your test. Take your best guess. We did go over this yesterday. What do you have the right to do? Space shift, time shift, translate content into other formats, or all of these? So that was all of those. Remember, space shifting is from one device to another, and time shifting is saving it to watch or listen later. When gas prices fall and jump back up again, this is an example of so that's reflation. They go down and then back up again. Which of the following bags of chips is the best buy? We're gonna do this. If you're confused on this, we are gonna do an example just like this after our Kahoot. So you might want your calculator. Sorry, I didn't realize math was already coming, but you have plenty of time to grab it. Do your best, like I said, and if you're completely unsure, just guess. So this one was brand C. Like I said, we will go over this, a problem just like it, but to figure it out, you basically have to take the price, so $5.49, and divide by 24. You would do that for each of them, the price divided by the number of ounces, and see which one was the smallest. Which of the following schemes occurs when an expert financial advisor promises high returns and steals their money? You're gonna have to guess here unless you did the vocab worksheet. I think it was on there. That one's a Ponzi scheme. Like I said, that won't be on the test. I apologize for not taking it out. So you make $20 an hour and get a raise of $1 for COLA and merit. The inflation rate is 3%. What is the dollar amount for merit? So what you want to do here is you want to figure out what percent the raise was, kind of like what we were doing yesterday. And then 3% of that raise is inflation. So how much of it was for merit? So what you want to do on this problem, so first of all, what is the dollar amount for merit? It can't be more than $1 because the whole raise was $1. So $1 divided by $20 is 5%. So you got a 5% raise to cover the cost of living adjustment and merit, meaning you're doing your job well. So if 3% was for inflation and you got a 5% raise, that meant 2% was for doing your job well for merit. So you multiply the $20 by the 2%, and that's where the 40 cents comes from. A retailer purchases an item for $80 and sells it for $108. What is the markup percentage? Percentage, not dollar amount, percentage. So 35%. So you find the dollar amount. So it went up $28. And then you take the 28 and divide it by 80. That's what we were working on yesterday. What do businesses use to inform consumers about products and encourage them to buy? Advertising. You are blank when you record video or audio for later viewer or listening. So that's time shifting. So you can change the time that you watch it. And last one, which of the following selling strategies is a form of direct advertising? So telemarketing is direct advertising. They're directly going to you. You don't have the choice to ignore it. Well, you could be rude and not respond, but that's going to be direct advertising there. All right. So we are going to do the math from your book now. That Kahoot did not go as well. There were a couple people that kind of looked like they stopped answering, as well as some of the math that we're going to go over. All right, so if you have your book, I kind of wrote down the first part, and I might not do all of them because it does get a bit repetitive, as well as this is what you have in your homework, but we're on page 112 if you have your book. So it says comparing unit prices can help a consumer determine which size or package of a product is the best value. To find the unit price of a product, divide the total price by the number of units. So there's A through E, but I think I'm only going to do A, B, and C. Like I said, it gets repetitive. So what you want to do here, so product A is $3.96 for 24 ounces. So you just do 3.96 divided by 24. So $3.96 divided by 24. We're rounding to 2 decimal places because we're talking about money here. So this is 0.17. We have to round the 6 to a 7. So 17 cents per ounce, because that was the units here. B is $3.69 for 12 cookies. So $3.69 divided by 12. So we get 0.3075. Again, money, we're going to round that to just 31 cents. Again, this is per cookie because there were 12 cookies in this package. C is $25 for a case of 36. So 25 divided by 36, 0.69, and then the 4 repeats. We don't round up here because of that 4. So this is just 69 cents each. I don't know what they are. It just says a case of 36. This was part A. So again, there was product C and or D and E. We're gonna go ahead and skip those. It's the same idea. And part B is the same thing. So you wanna, this is like the one we had in the Kahoot. So we're trying to figure out the better buy. So product A, whatever it is, we can spend $1.99 for a 6-ounce bag, or $2.49 for an 8-ounce bag. And we're trying to figure out which one of these is the better buy. So same idea. Here we do $1.99 divided by 6. So we can see here, this is 33 cents per ounce. And then this bigger package is $2.49 for 8 ounces. So $2.49 divided by 8, which is 31 cents per ounce. So the better buy would be this one, because it's costs less per ounce. You want to save that money. Product B, same idea. It's $24 for a box of 10, or $36 for a box of 15. Go ahead and try that one. See which one is the better buy. So here, $24 divided by 10 Even though it says 2.4, remember this is money. You cannot type that as your answer. It will be wrong. It's $2.40 each. And then here, $36 divided by 15. Oops, divided by, not times. Just start over. Is also $2.40 each. So here it doesn't matter, these are the same. And then same idea, product C is $6.99 for 3 pounds or $8.99 for 5 pounds. So we're trying to figure out the better buy. $6.99 divided by 3 compared to $8.99 divided by 5. And we want to pick the lower one, what costs less per unit. So here, $6.99 divided by 3 is $2.33 per pound. Or in this one, $8.99 divided by 5 is, so again, this has 3 decimal places. We have to round that 9. So this is $1.80 per pound. So this one would be the better buy, the 5 pound package. Again, it costs less per pound, but you also have to ask yourself, if you are really comparison shopping like this and comparing the unit prices, are you gonna, if it's something edible, are you gonna eat it all before it goes bad? Is it worth spending the extra money to get more because it costs less in the long run? And then number 2, so it says a retailer bought a product for $22 and then sold it for $36. We want to know the amount of the markup and the percent of the markup. So to figure out how much, so again, this retailer bought it from some company for $22 and then in their store they sold it for $36. So the dollar markup, you just do 36 minus 22. How much extra are they charging? So that's a $14 markup. Meaning they're going to make, if this retailer sells it for $36, they're going to make $14 in profit. This is very similar to what we did for the inflation worksheet yesterday. We found the change, and then we're going to find the percent markup. So for the percent markup, we do how much it changed, the $14, divided by the original cost. So again, the percent markup is the dollar markup divided by the original cost that they bought it for. 14 divided by 22. We want to make this a percent. So this is 0.636 or 63.3% markup. All right, so just kind of before you go, your homework tonight, it's the unit, called like unit rate or unit prices. It's a worksheet posted in Google Classroom. It has a lot of problems like number 1, where you just kind of do that division real quick. It has some problems like B, maybe like C, I don't really remember. I don't think like C is on there. all of these, so these notes, the homework, and then the stuff from yesterday and Monday, those are due tomorrow before class. Tomorrow being Thursday, so those of you that wait until Friday morning to do your homework, if you do that, it is late. And remember, if you're going to do some of it late, turn in what you have now or on time so that you can get full credit at least for those parts. And then tomorrow we'll do something in class that should be due at the end. You should be able to finish by the end of the period. And then your test will be on Friday. So if you have questions, I will stick around. I know we're kind of at the end of our meeting time. But if you have questions, I'll be here. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.